Hello everybody, Ryan here with Product Impressions. I have been using this Willen Bluetooth speaker from Marshall for over 2 years now on a regular basis. I have traveled with it, it's gone to the pool with me. I have really enjoyed it. It's dust resistant, water resistant, all that. I have dropped this thing from some pretty significant heights and had absolutely no damage done to it outside of a little bit of a scrape right here on the top. But otherwise, this thing has been just takes a lick and keeps on ticking. So, you know, the old Timex thing. Well, they have released a new version of this that looks like it is virtually identical. 17 hours of portable playtime, and it's supposed to be dust and waterproof. So, how does the Willen I and Willen II compare? We're gonna try these things out, see what we think. Yeah, let's see what this thing is capable of. All right, I've been using this new Willen speaker for a little while now, probably about a week and a half or so, and I must say I'm really impressed with it. I thought the first one was great, and it's a good little speaker, but next to the Willen II, the Willen II has a much fuller sound. There's some interesting things to consider when you're looking at that. So first off, let's just take a look at these kind of side by side. So here is the new one on top and the old one on the bottom. You can see that the new one is very slightly thicker. The layout's a little bit different. It does have a power button and the Bluetooth button on top, whereas here on the old one, the Bluetooth button was on top. You would just press and hold this control on the front for the power. Personal preference, I don't think it really matters. I'm more used to the old one, but I've just had it for like 2.5 years. The new one I just got, so every once in a while I still press on that and it does nothing now. Otherwise, pressing on this, just a quick press will do play, pause, answer a call, hang up a call. You can press forward or back to skip forward or back, up or down to shift the volume up or down. All in all, very intuitive, very easy to use, no problems there. You can, let's see, you can tell another difference with this, given the added depth here, it does have, I'm assuming some of that is going into the battery because it does get a couple hours of additional battery life, which is good. I mean, the old one still gets like 12 to 15 hours, so I'm still not even having to charge the old one every day. The new one, it gets up to about 17 hours, so hooray, I guess I can go 2 full days without having to actually charge it. Great, I guess, if you are camping and don't have access to a place to charge, but otherwise, I don't see where it really makes much of a difference. The back on both of these does have a little strap. You can feed something through here, snap this out, and then latch it onto a pole or a backpack or something like that so you can carry it along with you. I haven't really done that. I haven't had a need to. It largely sits on my desk, so I haven't really tested that. I have no idea how long this back strap is going to last, but in any case, can't really comment on that one. The other ways that these actually differ is the way that the audio comes out. I'm not sure if it's actually going to work perfectly here. Hopefully the microphone on this camera is going to catch it. This is the old one, and I have these set at the same volume. I'm going to play the same little piece of music. So here is the old one. All right, that is a little less than 10 seconds on the old one. Let's go ahead and play that same little clip on the new Willen II. If I switch over to that. Okay. I'm not sure how well that's going to come through, but essentially both of these do sound very good, but there is more bass coming out of the new one. Not incredibly surprising given the added depth of this, so it's not surprising that it can generate a little bit more bass. Another thing that I saw while I was researching these is the new one is supposed to be a little bit louder. I will say I don't particularly notice that. It's a difference of 84 decibels with the old one to 88 with the new. And given the added bass coming from the new one, I think that that is where the added decibels are coming from. But with how your ear actually registers volume, that doesn't read as being louder. So you're going to get kind of an equivalent volume out of these as far as what you perceive, but the sound is going to be a bit fuller coming from the new one than you would get from the old. I will say one area where the first one really struggled is as a speakerphone. They've got a microphone built into it. Clearly they have some anticipation that you're going to take calls through this. You can just press the button on the front to answer the call. It's the same with the new one. It sucks. It's awful. It does not really work. It may be slightly better, but you still, like, to the sound that the people on the other end of the call, you are going to sound like you are way down in a tin can. It's going to sound horrible to them. And even at maximum volume, I don't know why a speaker like this at maximum volume on a phone call is about the same as you're going to get just from your phone. The speakerphone function on the phone is capable of more volume than this is when you're actually making a call through it. So I don't know what is happening. There is some kind of disconnect with Marshall and making a speakerphone call through one of their devices. They do have an app that we can take a quick look at. You can see here, it says that it is searching for the Willen. It just doesn't work with the first version. You can connect to the Willen II. Let's go ahead and do that. It is searching for that. It is on. Now, Marshall does have a functionality on here that they refer to as a stack. There we go, it connected, and you can see it gives you a battery life, shows a little picture there, some EQ presets, and some options as far as preserving the battery. That's basically all that the app does, unless you own multiple of the same speaker. It doesn't really work with the Willen one. Like I was starting to say, they have an option that is called Stack, and you're supposed to be able to connect multiple of these devices to the app so that they will both play the same thing at the same time. That would be great. It would be amazing if I could connect both of these speakers and have it play the same thing. I could make a really full room of sound with just these tiny little things. Unfortunately, it just doesn't work with the old one. And I'm not going to spend, more than $100 for another one of these just to test out if that particular feature works. So, yeah, I can't really comment on that. Hopefully, it'll work for you. Based on my experience, as you can see, extremely hit or miss. I don't know if it's actually going to work on anything. It's supposed to. Yeah. So, as an individual little speaker, this is going to be great. And it's also supposed to be waterproof. So if you want to set it on the side of your shower or your bathtub to listen to something and it accidentally falls in, not a problem. Hopefully you also appreciate that I'm not throwing it into water to test that, but it's supposed to be good for up to 30 minutes at a depth of 3 feet. So you're not going to want to drop it into a swimming pool or something like that. But if it happens to be around water and it happens to get wet, you shouldn't have anything to worry about. That is about all that I can think to say on this one. So if you have any other questions, feel free to leave them in the comment section down below. Otherwise, like, share, subscribe. I will see you next time.